Here are a handful of Skyrim mods I personally think are underrated and I think you should try out if you haven't already. These upcoming mods will make your game look as exquisite as Lydia herself. I just love to stare into her empty eyes. Just look at her. It's just like, what's she thinking, you know? Anything at all? First up, Cities of the North. This is a collection of city overhauls that give Skyrim's smaller, more generic-looking towns a massive Nordic makeover. Finally giving you a reason to visit boring old Morthal. Morthal, truly the Fallout 76 of Skyrim cities. Feels unfinished and lacking quality content, that is. But thanks to this mod, it gets a real upgrade. So far, the collection only includes Dawnstar, Morthal, and Winterhold. However, there are plans to add Falkreath in the future as well. It's also worth noting that the mod author has made this mod highly compatible with other city overhauls, such as JK's Skyrim. Keep in mind that this mod both changes the exterior and interior of these buildings, and it even adds some structures, for example, a castle at Winterhold, which to be honest with you, is an extremely cool addition. If you've been playing Skyrim for as long as me, you probably appreciate a change in the scenery. You also probably have many gigabytes of save files. I have 11.5 gigabytes worth of save files. Snortbog, there's Spurble, Snortbog, but it got cut off, so it's Snortbo, Cakemun, Spurple, Coubert McDuber, Coubert, Todd Howard, obviously. Also, it's really nice to see a mod that adds more to the Nordic fantasy vibe of the region. This next mod is one I get a lot of questions about whenever I'm live streaming. It is called Skyrim Audio Overhaul. I love a game with good sound design, and coincidentally, it's arguably the only redeeming quality of most EA games. And thanks to this mod, you can have great sound design in Skyrim as well. With it, the soundscapes get a pretty big upgrade. Here are some of the features I love most. First off, it makes weapon sound effects more detailed and sound a lot less generic. The improvements to reverb also really give you a better gauge of distance and scale in any given area.
He knows that. They all know that.
Plus, general area ambience is enhanced with better layered sound effects, and it really improves loafing around in all kinds of different locations. And of course, it really makes those magic explosions pop. This is just one of those mandatory mods that makes Skyrim on the whole just better. Next up, we have another overhaul mod. I'm just gonna leave this up to Google Translate.
Folkvagner.
This is a mod that redesigns the grass and landscapes of Skyrim. It is now my favorite landscape mod because I just love the phenomenal level of detail around places like forest floors and in big fields. Traveling through Skyrim is more picturesque than ever with the use of this mod. It left me staring at the ground, and not just to check to see if Lydia landed in one piece. Oh no, Lydia, no! Lydia, no! Another mod you were seeing on the screen is called 3D Plants and Trees. It upgrades trees by a whole new dimension. Now, foliage in Skyrim looks much higher quality and much more well-defined. This mod even manages to improve the LODs as well. The improvements really shine in heavily forested locations like Riverwood. And combined with the previous mod, it'll give you even more reasons to stop and smell the roses. And you all know how much I love a calming Skyrim gameplay experience. Ah! Please! No! At least the ground I'm bleeding onto is pretty. And if you want those lush green landscapes to look even better than they do, you're going to want to try this next mod. Visceral is an ENB that gives Skyrim a natural visual profile with a sprinkle of fantasy. Without going overboard, this ENB does a fantastic job of enhancing the colors of natural landscapes and making sun rays pop ever so slightly. My go-to ENB has been Rudy for ages, but sometimes it's nice to mix it up. And let me tell you, Visceral is definitely more performance friendly. With all these mods combined, the landscapes are so splendid, the Lydias are out on a stroll to experience them all. Yeah, you would get a lot of memes. You'd get a lot more... Oh, what the fuck? Again? Again? God damn. Oh my god damn. Well, thank you so much for watching, and don't forget to support me on Patreon or buy some merch if you like videos like these. Also, remember to catch my Skyrim live streams on weekends. And of course, this video would not be possible if not for the beautiful patrons that support me. Thank you to Jack Burton 2, Shunsboy, Roberto, Brian, Recon is Dead Inside, Heuristics, Scott, Arcane Override, Darren, David, John, Jonathan, Kevin, Monk, Stefan, Voraman, Wild Hoovy, Boxed Lunches, Dakota, Damien, Daniel, Fabian, James, Richard, Sam, Shadow Warrior, and Yombo Jumbo. Thank you all so much, and I will see you in the next video.